Tommy Fury has defeated Jake Paul in the new home of boxing, Saudi Arabia. Anytime there's a big boxing fight, Saudi Arabia splash the cash, or should I say, they pour out some of that blood money, that oil money, and they get all the big fights. This was a big fight between two guys that aren't really good at fighting. Tommy Fury did win by points decision, but this is embarrassing in my opinion. Tommy Fury came out talking smack, said that Jake Paul ain't a real boxer, said that he's going to punish Jake Paul, he's going to knock him out in one round, and in fact the only man that hit the canvas was indeed Tommy Fury. He got took to the brink basically by a YouTuber that has just started boxing, and for me, Tommy Fury claims to be a guy that is moving on and he's got ambitions to be a world champion. Well, I mean, if you're struggling to beat Jake Paul over 8 rounds, then you're never going to be a world champion, in my opinion.
Nope, you're never going to be a world champion, and to be honest, if any of the two looked like they were going to win with par, it looked like it was going to be Big Jakester.
Yeah, Jake Paul was actually known as the puncher of the two. I'd say Jake Paul's got a better chin as well. I mean, Tommy Fury was a lot more busier, landed more shots, but I mean, Jake Paul took them all, and then it was a jab really that caught Tommy off guard. Tommy went down, but he got up. Two of the judges ruled it 76-73 Tommy Fury. The other one gave it 75-74 Paul. Most scorecards had the fight even after 6. Then they gave Tommy the 7th, but with Jake Paul getting a 10-8 in the 8th, I actually had Jake Paul winning by a round, but nope, gave it to Tommy Fury. Now, there was a rematch clause in the contract if Tommy Fury won, but there was no rematch clause in the contract if Jake Paul won, so I guess this sets up a rematch. Thoughts on the rematch, I guess?
Well, according to Jake Paul, he said he was feeling sick, he hurt his arm, he wasn't feeling it, he was flat. I mean, is that excuses or is that genuine? I think it's probably excuses, so yeah. Sets up a pretty interesting rematch. Where's that going to take place? Is it going to take place in Saudi, Qatar, Abu Dhabi?
I don't even know if it can happen in America. I don't know if Tommy Fury can get into America, but I just don't see how Tommy Fury can talk about being a world champion now. Honestly, struggled to beat Jake Paul. Had to rely on a scoring win, a majority decision or split decision even. So yeah, I just don't see.
I think Jake Paul looked done pretty early.
Yeah, I mean,
Tommy Fury looked composed, but he couldn't do anything to him.
If Tommy Fury was any good, he'd have killed Jake Paul. It's as simple as that.
Tyson would have fucking killed him as soon as he stepped into the ring.
Yeah,
he wouldn't need to touch him.
No, but he's talking about levels, and he's saying he's a real boxer. Well, if that's the case, in my opinion, Tommy Fury lost, not necessarily on points, but I think he lost for the fact that it actually went the distance, and it was close to being 50-50. For me, the only way Tommy Fury comes looking good out of this fight is if he buries Jake Paul in round 1.
Exactly.
I mean, he should have blew Jake Paul away. This should have been like...
I think it looks worse.
This should have been like CM Punk taking on Mickey Gall. Mickey Gall, an up-and-comer who, has only had a couple of fights, doesn't have a big resume, taking on the guy that has just started out, and I get it, Jake Paul's been boxing a little bit longer than CM, but that according to Tommy Fury, that was the sort of gulf in class we were getting tonight.
And we didn't get it.
I mean,
that's the thing, Tommy Fury kept putting this fight off. I've injured there, something's happened there, mental health, blah blah, I'm going to get the name took off me. He was this close to getting his last name hoovered off him.
He was, so, I don't know, I'd like to see a rematch. I've got a feeling...
Would you pay for a rematch?
Probably would, aye. I've had a big bet on. I've got a feeling, though, that Jake Paul's the one that's going to get better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't see how
Tommy Fury says he's been boxing his whole life. So, if he's only this good and he's been boxing his whole life, that tells me there isn't much room for improvement. The fact that Jake Paul has been boxing for, like, a much shorter time and the guy has improved... I mean, this is a guy that a few years ago was fighting fucking Deji. So yeah, really? I think if this rematch, especially if there's like if it's immediate, then I don't think much changes. But I think if this happens, like a year or two down the line, then I'd expect Jake Paul to be much better in a rematch and probably win the rematch. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Let us know what you thought down below. Tommy Fury gets the win. Wasn't a classic. And yeah, if I was Tommy, I wouldn't be celebrating. The guy was literally bragging about how he's going to knock him out in round one.
He's a bitch.
He's going to knock him out in round one, and you know, and he gets taken the distance. Yep. So yeah, embarrassing in my opinion for a Fury to go the distance with Jake Paul, but it is what it is. Let us know your thoughts down below. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.